Encountering Asian faces in Lima can take an unprepared visitor by surprise. A sushi chef with Japanese features explains his technique in flawless Spanish.
Es puro aminoácidos.
On the streets of Lima's Barrio Chino, or Chinatown, elderly Chinese gentlemen gather to discuss politics or the events of the day, just as they might in Canton or Beijing. The multicultural stew that is modern Peru gets much of its spice from two waves of immigration: the Chinese in the mid-19th century and the Japanese at the turn of the 20th century. These two immigrant groups have put down roots, and their descendants are fully integrated into Peruvian life. But at the table and in markets, such as Lima's Central Market, the Asian impact is hard to miss. In the quarter century after 1849, an estimated 100,000 Chinese came to Peru to work on coastal cotton and sugar plantations. In Lima, they established one of the first Chinatowns in the Western Hemisphere. Today, Peru boasts more than 2,000 Chinese restaurants, known as chifas, and many of the best can be found in Lima's lively Barrio Chino.
This is Lima Chinatown, and here in Peru there's the largest Chinese community, because they say that more or less more than 10% of the population has Chinese blood.
The scenes in the Barrio Chino markets are familiar to Chinatown shoppers everywhere. Crisp-skinned roast ducks and plump chickens with their feet still attached, the way Chinese cooks like them. Whole fish, perfect for steaming with ginger, soy sauce, and scallions, and skeins of fresh egg noodles for soups and stir-fries. But among the bok choy and bitter melon are ingredients little known in Taipei or New York's Chinatown, such as choclo, the large kerneled white corn served with ceviche, and tropical fruits like cherimoya. Even the shopping music places this market a long way from Asia. After all that shopping, it's time to eat. At Lima's Wallach restaurant, customers dine family style on Chef Alan Chang's refined Cantonese cooking. But Peruvian touches abound. The steamed spare ribs in black bean sauce are topped with ají amarillo, the fragrant Peruvian yellow pepper, and the leaf-wrapped sticky rice, a favorite in dim sum restaurants everywhere, is known here as a Chinese tamal. Let's go behind the scenes at Wallach to watch the cooks filling and pleating the dumplings that are the pride of every good dim sum establishment. Those agile fingers come from years of practice. Here, chefs work with the finest fish and shellfish from Peruvian waters, transforming them with astonishing Cantonese techniques. A carefully scored fish gets a thorough dusting with cornstarch and a quick bath in hot oil. What emerges is a delightful, edible blossom whose tasty finishing touch is a Cantonese sweet and sour sauce. It may seem curious to travel to Peru to eat Chinese food, but the country's chifa restaurants merit a visit. Equally surprising to many travelers, Peru's Japanese restaurants rank among the best in the world. The country's many Japanese immigrants and their descendants have, over the decades, developed a culinary style known as Nikkei cuisine, which merges traditional Japanese techniques with Peruvian ingredients. In Lima, Toshiro Kanishi of Toshiro's Sushi Bar is an artist whose medium is seafood. To some observers, Humberto Sato and his Lima restaurant, Costanera 700, are the ultimate exemplars of Nikkei cooking. The son of Japanese immigrants, Humberto credits his parents for his minimalist cooking style. If the ingredients are great, says Humberto, everything else is simple. His restaurant is the ideal place to try lomo saltado, a fusion dish as beloved in Lima as steak frites are in Paris. The invention, no doubt, of a Chinese immigrant chef, a proper lomo saltado relies on expert stir-fry technique to marry beef, Asian soy sauce, and Asian-style steamed rice with Peruvian potatoes, tomatoes, and ajís. Humberto's son Yakir works with him at Costanera 700, perpetuating the flavors of the Nikkei kitchen. Yakir's high regard for fish and his flawless knife skills reflect his Japanese heritage.